What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're gonna hopefully upgrade this F30's brakes. This is still the same ugly F30. We're making progress. Got the front bumper on. We haven't sanded this. We're standing there, but I figured I found a sweet set of front rotors on Basic Marketplace. It's asking $100 for two Zimmerman drilled and slotted, not completely drilled, but dimpled, I could say. Dimpled and slotted rotors. So $100 for the front. That was a pretty good deal. They were $300 online. So I bought those. So I figured, okay, since I have the brakes, this car definitely needs brakes. I might as well do the brakes. I've already done some maintenance. I did the valve cover gasket, the injector wells. It doesn't need an oil pan yet. I cleaned the valve solenoids, the oil change. Doesn't really need anything, hasn't broken yet. So, you know, that being said, the only other thing it needs is, definitely needs brakes because these are very low. You can see that. They're very low, and then also it vibrates when you brake. And the other thing it needs is suspension. It needs shocks and probably those front thrust bar bushings. In its current condition, it actually drives really well as well. I'm actually pretty impressed, but it actually drives pretty well. So for the most part, like I said, it just needs little things, hopefully still. Still waiting for the title. Nothing's changed there, but I figured the brakes, we could do them because even if I put them on, drive it for a little bit, and I have to park the car or something like that, I can sell the front disc with the caliper for anybody who has an E90 who wants to do the upgrade, because this is a pretty positive. It's bolt on. You just need to take the disc and the caliper. That's what I read. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out if I part them out, but regardless, I'm just gonna do this quick mod. Basically what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be painting the caliper yellow. We're gonna be adding a black Brembo sticker, which I printed out myself, and then putting the new pads on the front. The rears I'll do them later, but for now I just want to do the fronts, paint them yellow. I might even look into doing like an upgrade for the rear, and then doing, because you know this car has like the basic brakes, so it has like the M front caliper, or the performance, or what is it, the sport front caliper. There's so many different variations, I don't even know what to call them, but it has a 4-piston front caliper. The rear caliper is the regular one, just like in a 335i or like a 328 or something like that. So it's just a regular caliper. But if you get the M Sport brakes, you get the front caliper, you get the rear caliper. So I might do the rear caliper later down the road. But for now, what we're gonna do is go ahead and hit this with primer. First, I'm gonna heat it up. I've already taped this off. I don't care about getting any of this spray painted. This is coming off. The brake pads are coming off. So really, I'm just gonna leave them there just so it kind of masks itself, kind of, you know? Because I'm really just gonna get the front here, the sides here, the bottom, and then spray that after it dries. Put the sticker on, pull the caliper off, switch the brakes out, and then put the new brakes on. So it should look a lot better. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and hit the calipers with heat. It is kind of warm in here, but I just want to make sure it's a little warmer just so it helps the drying process. Okay, now we got the caliper heated up. It's pretty warm. It was never like cold to be honestly, like 80 degrees here right now, so this is actually pretty warm. Doesn't feel cold to the touch. The rotor is definitely a little colder, but this actually feels warm. So now I'm gonna get the primer, spray some primer on there. Good enough. We're gonna let this dry for a few minutes, and then once it's dry, we're gonna come back and go ahead and hit this with the first layer of the yellow paint. Okay, that's first coat. I'm gonna call it a day for this coat. Let this sit for about 10 minutes, come back, do a second coat, and keep doing this till we have yellow caliper. Second light coat. Okay, third and hopefully, or fourth and hopefully final coat. I want to touch it. Oh, it's dry to the touch, which is good. Means we're giving it long enough. So we'll do one more coat. Let it sit, and then we'll be able to put the Brembo sign and start swapping out the brakes themselves. looks really glossy. They should stay pretty glossy. So they look good. So last coat, let that dry about 10-15 minutes. Maybe a little longer because it's our last coat. Put our Brembo sign on there and then start to replace the rotor, which, like I said, that's the whole reason why I didn't remove or tape any of this off. Even this up here, I'm just gonna paint over it. Everything's coming off, the pads are coming off, so all this material here, I taped off the little bracket to hold the brakes in, so that's good. And like I said, everything else, yeah, ideally you want a mask, especially if you're doing this on a customer or something like that. But like I said, I do not care. So 15 minutes, we'll be back, swap the rotor, call it a day. Okay, so that about does it for the paint. Looks good, feels good, smooth, glossy. I'm actually really happy the way this one turned out. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our Brembo sticker. I did print this out myself with the Cricut machine, you know, the one that cuts vinyl. This is just vinyl. So if you do one of these, message me. I'll be able to hook you up with one for a couple bucks, you know, it doesn't cost much, but I know they sell them on eBay, I think. So I'll probably put a link to that below, or like I said, you can probably get them from me. So now I'm going to remove the Brembo and then align it here, and we'll be done. So I want to make sure I'm straight. So like that. Is that straight? I can't tell. Let me see if I can get it off of there. Oh no, it's sticking. That was a close one. I mean, it looked, oh, see, I brought some of the paint up with it. So you know what, actually I'm gonna put that right back where it was. And call that a day. So stick that on there. And then peel this up. And this one's easier to peel up because you just peel down. Put that nipple on there. Bam. We're done with the brake. The reason I put Brembo, it's not because I'm trying to be a Brembo boy. It literally says Brembo right there. And if you look at the back of the caliper, it says Brembo as well. So these are Brembo brakes. They're just BMW Brembo brakes. And when you get like the M Sport ones, they have M, which I don't really like the way that looks. I think it looks a little corny, but it's just my opinion. So yeah, now we have the caliper there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble everything. I'm gonna pull the pads, the rotor, swap the rotor with the new rotor, put new pads in, and you guys will see, like, I masked this part off here so the bracket isn't painted. And then after that, we put the new pads in. Those won't be painted either, and we'll be done. It'll look good. You guys will see that even though we oversprayed on some of the things, it doesn't really matter in this case. So now I'm gonna go grab the rotor, put the rotor on, and we should have a pretty sick looking brake caliper there. That, ladies and gentlemen, we are now done. Here's our old rotor, destroyed. If you can see that, destroyed. Here are two pads, old pads. As you can see, these had little to no life left. And then they were, so I don't know if you see the grooves, this one's warped, the rotor, so it was kind of, it would vibrate when I would brake. So now we're basically done. I think it looks pretty dang good. It doesn't fit the rest of the car, but it looks good.